with the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. We got a good one on tap as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Miami Dolphins. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead, and they'll move it up to the 40. Now a handoff here to his running back. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. You talk about this Miami defense. They've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. Off the bootleg, here's Nix. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat like the guys in the that circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
Now it's Nix. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Here's Nix. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, You at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Nix to the air. And this is going to be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. A great field position for them, Charles, to start that drive, but not a lot of yardage to be had. They do, however, come away with a long field goal. Yeah, and that's a plus. I mean, give them credit for that. They start the game 3-0. Don't come away empty-handed on this opening possession. And one other thing, it's a 50-plus yard field goal. Let's give the kicker a little respect as well. Those kind of kicks aren't routine.
At their own 27-yard line.
Two in, the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. This will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 3.
Looking to pass. Tua. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A huge play there for Denver. 71 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
That's another Broncos first down. First and goal, Denver.
And now they'll shift things around.
Bombers.
Off the play fake, Nix. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, it don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now.
Ready.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's third and goal.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. R.J. Harvey, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
Well, it certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Yards on the play.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
First and 10 at the 40.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Get set. Ready, team. Ready.
Tua sets up to pass it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Dolphins had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. Almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. Fourth down.
It's Now fourth down.
Tagovailoa going for it on fourth down. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
A gain of 10 yards.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a first and 10.
Ready. Ready, team.
Here's Tua. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
21G.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4
Solo
at
left
the
side.
19-yard line.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at the 40.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Check out.
And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum. Or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top. Or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with. Because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on third down.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now they'll run on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Dolphins 7.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Ready, shot.
They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Tua going to throw. He got his man complete. And he gets this one down to the 24. A gain of 32 that time.
First down. First and 10.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Go ahead. 18. No. Me.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And they were looking to set up the screen, but that's going to be incomplete. Almost wound up going the other way. Well covered defensively, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Ready. 18. Corner, long. Scat. Solo left side.
Now Tua. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Let's go.
A gain of 12 yards.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Go. Out.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
In the end zone. Leads to 2nd and goal.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
All right. Get on.
On play action, here's Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. From a yard out. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Dolphins 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now 2nd and 9.
Hold on a sec. Ready. Right here,
To throw, here's Nix. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw is Nix. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards.
42-yard line.
20, TX.
From the gun, it's Tua. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. He delivers a big play here for this offense.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. 17. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead, and they'll move it up to the 40. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing Nix. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Dolphins will take over possession here up at the 44.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Tua, the final shot before half. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And this is caught. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Ready. Ready, team. Ready.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He'll dump this off to Achane. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
And the Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Ready, team.
Now Tua on the bootleg here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Ready, team. Step. Out. Hey, turbo one.
Looking to pass. Tua. On the RPO hit. Tua. And the ball is out. And he's taken down inside the 30. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone to the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10.
Ready.
At the Broncos 28-yard line.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Get set. Ready, team. Out.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Broncos 17.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Nix to the air. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
It certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
All right, fellas, listen up. Go ahead. Wait. Turbo 3, turbo out.
Now HM on 1st and 10. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Tua sets up to pass it. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Go ahead. Ready, team. Hey.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, a 22.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Get set. Out.
He'll drop to throw. Now a run here off. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Waddle with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone. And that means they'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
Bombers. Oh, captain. Ready. Let it go.
Here's Nix. He's going to take another shot here. And this is taken in at the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Broncos are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
Broncos 24.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. On the return, Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Here's Tua. That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Couple of Alabama guys there. Tua to Waddle for the Miami first.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
17 at the 26-yard line.
44. Ready.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now they go screen. It's complete. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Solo left Zion. Hey. Long. Longer, long.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. That's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now it's Nix. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. 82 yards. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he He's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Second down and 3. Tua, fast pass outside, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
At the 41-yard line.
Get set. Out.
Play action. Now it's Tua. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 14. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Achane gets it from the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
They're right here. What?
Another run on second down, trying to cover up. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He'll try to pick it up himself. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there with an amazing diving catch. And the Dolphins have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. A try here for the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball's going to come out to the 40. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They try to set up the screen. Oh, nearly disaster. But it's incomplete. Not much chance of that working. Almost intercepted. It's 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of...
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. 60 yards. And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Here is 3rd down and 4.
44. Ready. Ready, team.
Now Tua. And this is caught. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there. With now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Dolphins have made it a 3-score game now here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
36.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Quickly completed to the right flat.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Well, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. They're going. It's Nix. He's going to let it fly. And And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Dolphins, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. And for Charles Davis.